Hello, beloved souls. Welcome to Extended Consciousness Healing. In this video, we're going to get into the present moment, what it means to be in the present moment. So the reason why I'm going to give this message, it's a channeled message, but the reason why it came to me is because I'm trying to come to a practical understanding of being in the present moment. There are many teachings out there about the law of attraction. We've got Eckhart Tolle on living in the power of now. There's a lot of books out there and ascended masters who've talked about the same thing. Now, when I was going through this journey at the beginning, I found that I understood the concept, and even me being a yoga teacher, I've done a lot of meditating, so I understand the concept of being present in the moment. But when you're in a twin flame journey, it really becomes apparent that this is something that you need to embody at all times. And it was very frustrating to me that I understood the concept, but I didn't know how to get there. I didn't know what is it that I needed to do to actually get there. How do I become present in the moment, and how do I embody that mindset all the time? So that was something that I couldn't figure out for a while, and eventually when I did, well, it just changed everything in my life. So that's why I'm doing this video, because I want to try and give you the concepts that came into my mind, and this channeled message also will help. And then we're at the end of the channeled message, I'm going to talk a little bit about it and then finish off. So first I'm going to give you the message. Now here's what came. So I'm thinking about being present in the moment, and I'm trying to understand the concept of twin flames in general. So here's what came. Dear beloved, the angels and ascended masters are here with you now. The concept and question regarding being present in the moment. How does one get there? Why is it important? Why is this concept important for the twin flames? First of all, the twin flame concept is very different than soulmates. Soulmates are everywhere around you. Yet, the twin flame is a very special creation, a divinely orchestrated concept indeed. The twins are one in the fifth dimension and beyond. This planet, planet Earth, is a third-dimensional planet and operates in a third-dimensional way. In the third dimension, there are dualities, like positive and negative, yin and yang, gender, male and female. Therefore, when the unified soul has to come down into the third dimension, it must polarize itself in order to operate in a space of duality. Now, when those twins encounter each other, they will recognize each other through their eyes, but they will also see that they are their polarized halves. But like an onion, they will also see filters and layers on top of the polarized self in the third dimension. For thousands of years and many lifetimes, these polarized halves are essentially full souls. However, they have experienced lives by embodying separate avatars, often encountering each other along the way many times over. This concept has existed for thousands of years, and even the Hindu deities, Shakti and Shiva, were thought to be twin flames. But why now? Why is this the concept? Why is the twin flame concept so important now? Because we are coming to a time where the planet, Mother Gaia, is going to shift itself into a more ascended fourth and fifth dimensional operating space, and essentially, the ascension of humanity is the key to this great shift. As the planet shifts or ascends, the need for duality or polarization no longer exists. Positive and negative will be neutralized. Therefore, the union of the twin flame in the third dimension can actually create the powerful energetic frequency that will assist in the ascension of everything surrounding the union. This is all divinely orchestrated. Now, for those on the twin flame journey, rejoice and know that you are divinely protected. The main purpose of the encounter of encountering your twin will be to ignite the evolution of your soul. In the beginning, it will feel like you have been hit by an asteroid and knocked into a different orbit. This was the push to awaken the divine feminine. Once awakened, there is no going back. For the divine masculine energy, there is also an awakening, but more on a subconscious level. Now, let's understand more the idea of being present in the moment and why this will help you on the journey. Remember that in the fifth dimension, your soul is unified without duality. Remember that your soul is a piece of source energy. And remember that source energy is everywhere and one with everything. Remember also that in the fifth dimension, time does not exist. The earth is the third dimension. It is an expression of source. The beings and the life forms are also expressions of source. If we remove the third dimension, all there is a state of being and no duality. As the twin flames embody their avatars on the third dimension, they will polarize into their respective dualities. However, by coming into a state of presence, by aligning with their souls, by energetically aligning with the source, they go into its natural state of existence, away from duality on the third dimension, and towards unified energy in the fifth dimensional operating space. Now, for centuries, humanity has operated in their respective dualities, almost forgetting their natural unified state of being. Then, by focusing on the illusions of time, they then become blind to the true reality. Like someone in a dark cave with a blindfold trying to feel their way into the opening of the cave. Humanity has focused on worrying about the future and regretting the past, operating in a state of blindness to the present moment, as if constantly asleep and blind. As one begins to focus on the present moment, they begin to awaken to the true reality. Then, like magic, the blindfolds are removed, and there is a transcendence to a bird's eye view of life, providing full clarity to everything, and providing a sense of connection to all that exists. To get there, focus on the beauty all around. Come to a state of wonder. Essentially, learn to stop and smell the roses at every waking moment. Enjoy your journey and know that it is beautiful. So, lovely souls, that is the message for today. Being present in the moment, that is something that I really had to come into the concept of being. It was very difficult at the beginning because, as we heard in the message, the twin flame is a very different connection than soulmates. And when they're polarized into the two different beings, you can recognize that there's something different when you encounter your twin flame, because you can see the unification, especially for the divine feminine. You can see the unification on the fifth dimension, and you're feeling that connection there. But there's all these filters and layers that you're seeing over top of the soul, the energetic connection, that create that confusion. And so then you get that push-pull energy going on, because essentially those filters have to be removed in order for the two to come together. So the illusion of those filters that have been created because they're in the polarized states or they're in the polarized avatars, those filters have to slowly get removed. And then when they get removed, the twin flame or the polarized energy can slowly start to come together into a unified energy. So that pretty much is what it is. Now, how do you get there? How do you stay in a state of being present in the moment? Well, first of all, I've been a yoga instructor, like I said, since about 2014. So I've done a lot of meditation, and I kind of understood how to meditate and the effectiveness of meditation. But it wasn't until I came into this journey that I realized actually how to become into a state of a presence all the time. Now, it wasn't easy. So for those who are on this journey, know that this takes time. It doesn't happen overnight, and you need to be patient with yourself. One of the biggest things that I realized is that you need to come to a space of wonder. Really, that's what really helped out, was to just kind of approach every moment with a bit of wonder, because you're seeing that something is magically happening here. So it's really important to stop and think about, or just feel, not think, feel the magic of the moment as it comes. The other thing that I felt helped was I had encountered the teachings of Abraham Hicks. I know I've mentioned this before in one of my previous videos, but her teachings really helped, because she had concepts in her videos that really helped me make some big paradigm shifts. So that really helped me come into an idea of how to come into myself as a self-alignment. Now, she talks about vortex, or being in your vortex, and it's essentially the same thing. It's becoming alignment with yourself. And the more you do that, the more you come out of that cave, as the message talked about. You really start to realize that you can see 360 as you become more clear about it. Now, one of Abraham Hicks's videos talks about how there is a atmospheric friction as you're heading towards ascension, and she kind of discusses it being more like a astronaut trying to get through the atmosphere. There is that rattling that happens at the atmosphere, and then once it gets past the atmosphere, you're in sort of this calm universe, calm space. And when I first heard that message, it didn't really make sense, because I was not there yet. But then when I started to get to the point where every day I was more and more in the present moment and becoming more aligned with myself, what I noticed is that the ascension was more on a spiral path rather than just a linear path to ascension. It's more like a spiral. So you go up a little bit, then you come down a little bit, and then you go up a little bit further, and then you come down a little bit, and then you go up a little bit further. And as you're coming to that space where you're just before reaching the atmosphere and you're going to hit to the space, there is spiraling going on very fast at that level. It's quite the rattle. But when you break through past that, then you come into a state of alignment. And about, I think 2 videos ago is where I talk about how I feel like I'm there, and I've got there and I've stayed there. So it's one of those things where you need to really stop and smell the roses. That's essentially like what the message says, and it's very true. So if you can get into some yoga classes or do some meditation, that's helpful. But if you can take the concept of what you do in meditation or even in yoga as you're moving and breathing, if you can take that concept into every waking moment and you can experience the moment fully. So this means to pay attention of your surroundings completely, being mindful of what you're hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, everything. You just have to take the time to really truly uh, get into that space of present moment, and you will see things will start to transpire very differently at that point. And sorry, that's my dog shaking there. um, but yeah, so it's really important to get to that space. And when you can get there, it's amazing because things start to happen very quickly, because it's like you have more of this connection to the source, to the universe, to everything that's connected around you. And like magic, things really start to expand in your state of being. So I can only say that this is just the beginning for me in my understanding of being present in the moment. But I truly feel like it's just going to continue to expand. So I hope that this message gave you some idea about what I'm trying to say here. And if it did and you resonated with it, please like and subscribe. I'm still fairly new here and trying to get more people to watch these messages so that I can actually get the videos out to more people who actually need to hear this. So yeah, by liking and subscribing, it's really important. Also, I'm going to have more information below this video with information on how to contact me. And if you want coaching, there's information on how to do that as well. If you want to chat and we can talk about your situation and then try to see if we can move you forward in your journey, then let me know. So that's the message for today, and I'm sure I'm going to have one very soon here, and I'm working on that meditation one as well, so I'll be posting that very soon. Looking forward to working with you again soon. Bye.